free.
Today was a rather slow day. We've kicked out some deer beds on this mountainside, and we moved locations. Just trying to find elk. We've been into a ton of them. They've been thick, but got Brad Hunt here and my cousin Trevor Call. He's been filming and photographing and helping carry loads. But the cool thing is we have now discovered at least 4 real good bulls in the basin to the other side of us. We have our camp, I think, pretty high, and our wind should blow downhill all night into the basin where the elk are not. And tomorrow we should have a great day of hunting, as long as something weird doesn't happen. Like some dude hikes in here from miles out and actually blows up our canyon, which could happen, but probably won't. I think we got this hunt to ourselves. And there's a couple studs in there, Brad.
There's some. One that is just, you can tell he's much bigger than the other 3, but the other 3 are just fantastic bulls. They all have, great tops. They have great mass. They have great length. So definitely 4 bulls that we came here to really look for. So we have some other smaller 6s, and we have hopefully a lot of opportunity tomorrow.
Yeah. We woke up this morning, got a little bit ready. We took our time because the wind blows hard downhill until about 9:30. As soon as 9:30 hit, we rolled around this front. We got the wind in our face, and we're glassing for bulls. And we found one of the big bulls from yesterday. There were 4 in here, 4 really nice bulls. We found one down here in the bottom. There's probably more down there. We just can't see them. The plan today is to glass as many as we can, see where they bed down. Yesterday it got real hot. Today it's going to get hot again. The plan is for us to see where they bed. Hopefully the bull lays down in a vulnerable spot, and while the thermals are pushing hard uphill, we'll come in from above and shoot them. So far that's worked out well. We just haven't had the right things come together just yet, but that's the plan. Right now I don't see any elk above him, but it's still early. Yesterday that whole mountainside was covered in elk, and now we just have that one herd, so who knows? The deck gets shuffled every night. Elk move all over, so yesterday they were piled in here, multiple herds, and today he's just the one. So we'll see though. I saw a bunch of elk roll over this ridge in front of us, and they could all be in that. It'd be great if he was over here by himself with just his herd. It'd be great, actually. Could work out just right. This is the exact same area, almost the same spot where Brad snuck up on that bull to 40 yards and passed on it. I'm gonna finish some breakfast, and then as soon as they bed down, Brad and I are gonna take off up this mountain, circle around, get above them, and get our hunt on it. We both got 2.5 liters of water in our little packs, and it's just gonna be us wandering around all day, sneaking up on elk. It's gonna be fun. Well, we spotted a couple of those bulls this morning. One went over the ridge and out of the basin. Probably didn't go far though. And but the big bull, the giant, the Mac Daddy we're after, he's bedded down here in this I guess ravine.
One of the draws in the
In the
basin.
draws. And problem is there's a lot of cows around him. But they are the only herd, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yesterday there were so many herds in there. Would have been tough. But they're kind of sleeping the day away right now. And we don't know if we're going to be able to get in tight. But we're going to get in closer. So in case things change and he beds high on the hill or gives us a chance, we're at least in striking distance. And who knows what else we might find on our way. So we got a hill to pull. And then we're going to walk the ridge line and drop down over top of them and get better eyes on them. So, the wind is working out pretty decent for us. We're gonna roll down this slope, try to get a hill between us and the elk, and sneak on down. They're about 300 yards below us. And he got up, clashed with another big bull and a bunch of cows, and they kind of there's like 50, 70 cows down in there. And then the other bull kind of backed off and went to the edge. There's still 50 cows around the corner, but that giant bull went right back into the spot he was in, and he bedded in the same spot he was when we got up earlier today. We're thinking we might be able to get to Long Shot, but we're going to ease down here, and as long as the wind stays good, we're going to try to get as close as we can. We think we can get to within 100 yards, and then we'll just have to wait and see what happens. That's the plan.
bunch of times he was just tucked in that really tall brush.
Hey, we might get lucky. The good thing about the bikes is they're tougher than rocks.
I classed that so much because I knew they were down here originally, but I didn't know if they walked out or not. But that brush is just so tall that,
Your bull was in it
yeah,
the other day.
yeah,
We couldn't see him. I mean, he had a giant rack. That's all you could see.
right. And that spike, you couldn't see him at all until he stood up. And I was like, oh crap, there's no, just not the one we're after.
Basically, we're at the same elevation as the bull, and he should be right around this as we roll around. The thing is, as soon as we go over this point, there's elk everywhere. He should be 100 yards from the ridge down, or maybe closer. Be nice if he ripped a bugle, I guess.
Pretty sure our spike just barked.
Doesn't necessarily mean anything to this
No.
elk.
No.
They ignore the children.
Yeah. So we got this bull. He got out of his bed and kind of fed up a little bit, and then came back and bedded again. So I'm gonna try and slip up here, maybe see if I can find her out, maybe close a distance. I'm hoping the wind will start blowing hard again. It kind of is, but without the wind, it's dead silent. So need the wind to give myself some cover. There's a couple good bulls over there, so could get interesting. Or worst case, we back out and they're still here. So
Yeah, we really have until about 6, and then we gotta bail.
yep,
Gives us about an hour to get out of here before the wind changes.
yep.
And then, if all goes as planned, we can get on him tomorrow. Exact same spot.
Right.
He's been here 2 days in a row.
Yep. Let's slip up here.
Well, we're about 200 yards from that bull, but he's surrounded by cows. He's got cows on this ridge up high, like 6 or 7 bedded. He's got cows on the bottom bedded, some on the hill we're on, and a whole bunch along the back. He's kind of surrounded by cows. Even if we closed 100 yards, it'd still be a 100-yard shot, which is just too far. Not the shot we want. We're kind of just sitting here. I think we've pushed in as far as we can go, given the terrain. If he temperatures that we're dealing with and the wind. But we have about an hour before we need to start making our way out of the canyon. Right now the wind is blowing uphill and away from the elk. But when that sun dips down around 7 o'clock, that wind switches and it blows straight downhill and toward the elk. We got about an hour, we figure, and then we gotta start hiking our way up out of here. If we push it, we could go an hour and a half right here. But then we'd have to get out of this canyon by 7:15. Otherwise, we're gonna blow the whole thing out. And we don't want to do that because, barring some unforeseen hunter coming in, or cougars, or mountain lions, or wolves, or something, most likely these elk will go down and water again like they did last night and come right back to this same spot and bed like they did yesterday. Now that we've got a feel for this canyon, what the wind's doing, where this bull likes to bed, maybe tomorrow he'll bed high up on the hill instead of low. The day before he was on the top. There was nothing between the ridge and him. So, we figure if that bull gets up and wanders our way for some unforeseen reason in the next hour, then maybe we'll get a shot. But otherwise, it's a victory in a way. We didn't blow them out. Got right on top of them. They don't know we're here. And we live to fight another day tomorrow. But it sucks being this close, but just not being able to get in there any closer. But there's just no terrain features to work with here. There's nothing. But that bull is nice. He's right there with a bunch of cows, and there's another bull, and I'm fairly certain it's the bull that Brad passed on earlier in the week. And these two bulls came up to each other and had a little standoff. And the smaller bull, he backed off, but his cows went with him. He still has 20 or 30 cows, that smaller bull, but that big bull doesn't even bother chasing him. He knows he's king. Beautiful bull. Well, just couldn't close the distance. We just ran out of the terrain. The draw is just too wide. And he fed away from us, so we'll take a victory of not spooking them. I think we're going to back out and head back up to my back, and we may run into something on the way up higher, but I plan on just getting my back and going back to our camp tonight. So it was cool. Well, we have made our climb out of the canyon here, and our bull just down there chilling. Yep. But they're not spooked, so as long as nothing spooks them tonight or some ding dong doesn't come up the bottom in the morning, we'll be able to make a game plan and get back on them. They should be in the same draw. Yeah, there's two good bulls in there. One's a lot smaller. I think it's the one you passed on. Well, there's one I passed on, but then there's, like, when we were sitting there was one more bull came out. And then there was a third one or fourth one this morning that went over, and that one was a brute. But he went over, and we don't know where he went. And then there was this one up here in the rocks that we didn't go after. He was pretty killable. But it's hard to go after that when you see this massive public land bull down here. So you can't kill the big bull if you don't go after him. Yep. Anyway, it was a cool day. Yep. But I'm ready for some dinner and to bed early. Well, it's the next day. It's kind of, it's all running into one continuous long day. I don't know what day we're on. 10, 12, something.
I have no idea. 8, 17, something.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, our big bull is bedded pretty high on the ridge. Wind should be perfect. Same scenario as yesterday. He's bedded just in a little bit better spot. Same cut. But he looks a lot more gettable. And he's the giant. There's only one cow in our way, and she's slowly feeding downhill. We're going to pack up, roll over to that part of the mountain, and start creeping our way down. Going to try to get started early so we have plenty of time. He didn't get up till 4 o'clock yesterday. It's what, 9?
Yeah.
So hopefully he stays there and all the elk are below him, which is what it's looking like it's going to be. If that's in this overcast day, we'll have a real consistent wind. This looks good. Could work out. So we're going to pack up and get rolling. This face just creeping on our butts, so just trying to keep the brush above us. Just the key thing is staying below the brush and sliding down, moving slow. We got a cow and a spike on top of the ridge, so we just gotta make sure we keep eyes on them, make sure they don't see us. Spotted the big bull. I saw the little bull first, and I knew that big bull was left of him, and I found his antlers. I could just see the tops of his antlers in the sagebrush. He's in this left cut a little bit. He's about 200, just under 200 right now. I think we keep slipping with this wind. The wind keeps blowing. We got lots of cover. last I saw Brad, he slipped below this bluff. He had an arrow in his mouth and his bow on his lap. He's gotta be within, say, probably 85 yards, 90, something like that. But he is just covered in elk. And the wind has been real slow. It's picking up right now, but it's been real slow. Really need better wind. It's hard to, this crackle brush just makes every little move noticeable. About 2.5 hours since we laid eyes on this bull, and he's got to get up any minute now. He's been bugling from his bed a little bit. I don't know where Brad is. He was like 85 yards from the bull last I saw him. That was more than an hour ago, so this thing could blow up at any minute though, because there's just so many elk right there. Just a little tiny shift in the wind, anything. Some cow notices him, it's over.
Yep. I got back on him. He was at like 83. Just couldn't get another shot, but after walking in his bed, and there was like pretty much zero blood where he was laying. I'm pretty sure it's just like muscle. Watched him go around the face, and yeah, I just shot too far forward. Yeah.
He said it's not a fatal shot. That wolf's gonna be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just more muscle. Like nothing vital. He's not bleeding out of his mouth. There's no bubbles. It's just too far forward, and just all muscle came out the left side of his upper leg. So he pulled around that face like there's nothing. Again, like I said, there's no blood. There was one speck of blood on a piece of grass on his. That was where he was bedded. So that bull will be fine. We'll keep our eyes out, but
time to climb this face.
Yeah.
And make a long trip back to camp. All right, let's rock and roll. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that film. You know, the longer you hunt, the more you realize that you're going to have mistakes. Nothing is ever perfect, especially on a hunt. You do the best you can. On this particular hunt, didn't work out. Brad got in close. Everything looked good. And just the shot was a little forward. The follow-up shots were a little rushed, and it just didn't turn out. The bull took off, and we did see the bull days later, miles away, walking around. You never want to cause any undue harm to an animal, and you do your best. That's why we practice all year, get in close. You know, Brad had a lot of shots at 80 that he could have taken, but he didn't. He tried to get in as close as he felt like he could, in a range that he felt like he was really comfortable with taking a shot, and that was that 50-yard mark. For whatever reason, you know, it just didn't pan out, and those things can happen. So, kudos to Brad for sharing the film. Not everybody wants to share their mistakes and say, "Hey, look at this time where I had this moment and I didn't shine." So kudos to Brad for that. But yeah, it was one of my fondest memories, this hunt. Even though Brad didn't get a bull, I got one a few days later, and it was pretty cool. It was an amazing experience. It was the first time I got to really hunt with Brad, and that's really kicked off our little, you know, our path together. And Brad's a hard-working dude, doesn't complain, digs deep, never quits, and he's as dedicated as Ryan and I are to just making it happen. And I've never been around, I've only been around a few people that push as hard as Brad, whatever the endeavor is, whether it's learning how to film, whether he's working the railroad, or whether he's working, you know, just on films and gritty stuff, or out on a hunt. So, got a little plane flying overhead. It's beautiful this summer. So I just wanted to let you guys know how grateful we are that you're part of Locals, and that's crazy. And let you know that we've got our big giveaway going on with y'all. So we've got a bow and some arrows that were given to you, just to you guys. We were going to do that stream next Wednesday, or this coming Wednesday, in a few days, but some things came up. I can't do it. So we're going to do the giveaway on Locals on August 2nd, Wednesday. It's a Wednesday. Get on the live stream. Whoever's on the stream will have a chance to win a bunch of stuff on the stream. And then we're going to do, but we'll still do, for those of you who can't make it, and there's going to be a few who can't, we're still going to do some random giveaways that are for everyone, especially the big item, the bow and the arrows and stuff. So we just want to do this giveaway, keep bringing you guys the films. Pay attention to the calendar if you want to kind of see where we're at. Lampers owes a lot of live streams, so he's got to do some catch up. But he's headed to Prince of Wales, or Southeast Alaska anyway, with his daughter and Kym. They're going to start filming their hunts here real soon. So anyway, just know that August 2nd, we're going to do that live stream. We're going to give away a bunch of stuff, and all you got to do is be a member of this community. Some of you may have noticed that I've uploaded a bunch of films. I've been trying to figure out how to get the quality through locals at 4K or something even at 1080. I'm real disappointed with the playback and how it looks through locals. So I've been uploading the films to locals, but then I've been adding a link to a 4K version that's on YouTube. I'm going to try to get links to Rumble up there. We're still working on a Rumble account, but that way you can click the link and watch it in 4K, generally right now through YouTube, instead of watching it through the locals browser and the locals upload, because it's just not very clean. It looks all right on your phone. It does. But when you try to blow it up on a screen, it just doesn't compare. And I hate putting in all that work into films and, getting them sharp and colored and everything, only to have it, you see like a grainy, lousy image, especially because I do a lot of special effects and crops, and it just really downgrades the quality if you can't export it in 4K. So anyway, that's just a side note. Hope you're enjoying those films. If you go to locals in the content section and you look under one of the drop downs, you'll find the playlists, and if you click that, you'll see films that are exclusive to locals only films, and that little playlist will show you all the films that are pretty much only found on locals, that are exclusive for all you guys that are supporting us and our members over there, supporters. So anyway, hope you guys are getting stoked for the season. It's right around the corner. We've got a few more films that we're going to drop over the next month or so, and hope you enjoy those. Yep, we'll see you on August 2nd, and until then, stay gritty.